On to the meeting of Laois and Dublin from last night under the lights of O'Moore Park in Portlaoise. Now, Dublin went into this game with no points on the board. Now, that was partly, of course, because of that abandoned game with Mayo. Laois, for their part, with a win and a loss from their two opening games. The commentator on last night's game was Marty Morrissey.
The Laois team looks strong and well balanced, from goalkeeper Owen Colleton to left corner forward Billy Sheehan. Sigerson Cup winner Colin Begley leads the attack, with Ross Munnelly and Damien O'Connor on the wings. What will be really interesting is the performance of Pádraig Clancy, who's once again selected at full forward. The All-Ireland champions showed three changes to their starting 15. Davy Byrne makes his league debut at right half-back instead of the suspended James McCarthy. Eamon Fennell is Ross McConnell's midfield partner, while Paul Flynn is named at left half-forward. Getting his chance to shine this evening is substitute goalkeeper Michael Savage, who wears the number 1 jersey on this occasion. So a crucial match, really, for both teams in the top flight of the Allianz National Football League. Paul Cahalane. Cahalane was gone for the return, but he wasn't required, as that goes over the bar, off the boots of Ross Munnelly. Paul Cahalane again makes himself available. He goes for distance. Good hands. Back outside. Chance for Ross Munnelly. Hits it sweetly. Hits it accurately. Straight between the posts. Excellent play by Laois. Long ball. Down towards Diarmuid Connolly. Kerr Healy with him. Connolly looks at the posts. The umpires are perfectly positioned, and they have decided that that is over the crossbar. Owen O'Gara wanted it long. Kieran Lillis was right beside him, but this is a really good kick by Connolly. Over the side, Craig Diaz. Diarmuid Connolly. Diaz gone with an overlap. But Connolly turns inside, hits it absolutely perfectly, and plants it over the bar for his second point of the match. Craig Diaz supplied the possession. Connolly, from this side of the field on this occasion, hit it absolutely gorgeously. Brendan Quigley. Darren Strong. Billy Sheehan, coming from a half-back position, lays it off. The crowd like it, the umpire likes it, and Colin Begley will be happy. That's very good movement by Laois. Craig Diaz, down first, Paul Flynn. Kevin McMenamin thought about having a go. Owen O'Gara wants it dropped in. Chance here for Dublin to respond. It's good enough. Paul Flynn at the end of the move. Considering the conditions, this is a fine open game of football, all told. Pillar Caffrey, former Dublin manager, making a few notes. Here's Brennan. Kevin McMenamin. Challenging is Damien O'Connor. Still McMenamin. Hovering now towards the corner flag. Owen O'Gara did well. Did exceptionally well. It's his second point in the match. And his manager, who has continued to have faith in O'Gara when the full forward has many critics, will be justified with this first half performance. He's been excellent. Darren Daly starting the process again for the All-Ireland champions. Mossy Quinn. Diarmuid Connolly getting away from the shackles of Kevin Meaney, hitting it perfectly between the posts. Dublin have the scoring power up front, and they have class as well, and the shape and form of this man, Diarmuid Connolly. Billy Sheehan, Colin Begley, gone on the overlap. This is Begley that's calling, doing a lot of running, trying to create some opportunity. It's Laois with Ross Munnelly. Onto the left boot, the trusty left boot. It hits the ball over the bar. Munnelly's third, and Laois are back in the game. Comes back to Alan Brogan, Eamon Fennell. Owen O'Gara comes looking for it. He can do no wrong. He's going for it again. It's curling beautifully over the bar. 5 points for Owen O'Gara in a man-of-the-match performance at the edge of the square, and he's been doing it all evening. Laois need to get a goal, really. There's no other way out of trouble here. Davy Byrne seemed to foul, but the referee allows it to continue on. And Laois have scored a goal by Ross Munnelly. It was the only thing to bring him back into the game. And they had to work so hard for it. Ross Munnelly looped this in over Mick Savage, hit off the inside of the post, and it lodged, nestled in the back of the net. And Ross Munnelly has given a new lease of life to Laois when it looked like they were dead and gone. Dublin will retain possession for as long as they can here. Craig Diaz releases it. Lovely pick up by Diarmuid Connolly. Inside there's Owen O'Gara. There's a chance for Dublin! Owen O'Gara, 1 goal and 5 points in a magnificent performance. In the first minute of injury time, Dublin sign, seal and deliver the victory. The full-time whistle blows in O'Moore Park, Portlaoise. On a wet, miserable evening, Dublin, by far the better team. They win this match on a full-time score of Dublin 114, Laois 1-9.
Yes, an impressive display by Owen O'Gara as Dublin took the points in Portlaoise. And looking at that, Tony, obviously Owen O'Gara was a talking point after it, but so in fact were a couple of the other Dublin players who impressed.
Looking at it now, Craig Dias looks a fantastic player, a great athletic wing back. Davy Byrne, a fantastic name for a Dublin player at wing back, and Diarmuid Connolly again was fantastic in the forward line. But Owen O'Gara really was really good. Everything he did yesterday was fantastic, and he's really developing as a player. Last year he was a bit free range. He used to barrel into players, give away fouls, maybe get booked and stuff like that, but he's showing a lot more subtlety in his play, and his shooting is fantastic. Here we see with his right leg from what you could call nearly an impossible angle, kicking the ball over the bar. He did it with his right, he did it with his left. He showed for a full forward they created space in front of him, and there was a very good ball in. And he showed huge athleticism here, getting away from the players. 4 steps over the bar. Obviously, he's fit from the Sigerson with DCU. But he's developing as a player. He's showing a lot more subtlety all around the place, and his work rate is incredible. A lot of the scores that Diarmuid Connolly got as well were as a result of the hard work and the chasing that he did. So he's really developing as a player. And Dublin, they have the 2 Brogans to come back in, so they're developing their forward and getting young fellas into the game. So look, Dublin aren't gone away. You know, they'll be a real threat again this year.
Do you know what they have, Michael? They've the top 40 players now, no doubt about it. They've a good squad. I was in DCU on Friday, and the players who didn't play this weekend were training at 6:30 in the morning in DCU. So they've got about 40 players, and the quality they have. I mean, they scored what 114, you know, last night. You would have said to yourself, well, they've scored 114 without Bernard Brogan in the past. Sure. I mean, they're going to, it's frightening for the rest of the country at the minute. Hey, the way they're performing.
No doubt about it.
Give the ball to stop them taking the return, and we see it here. I think it's Thomas Cullen stops Brendan Quigley coming out, and he just pulls back his hand. See it here where they're not allowing them to continue on. He just swings back his elbow. Now it's very like the James McCarthy one, so just to see will he get away with it. Now this here, I mean that to me is it's a red card. Yeah, Tony, no doubt about it. It's a red card. I mean you can't just do things.
It's silly as well, actually. It's stupid, and he could have hurt them.
Yeah, but it's just something that's creeping in a lot to Gaelic football, as forwards especially. Say we foul them in the forward, give away the frees in the forward line, stop them coming out, don't let them give the ball in. I think some of the referees to watch out for. We see it here too, tackle on. Yeah,
I'd say Brian Cullen was fairly sick of the last incident, and this is the incident after where Cahalane got a late tackle by Brian Cullen. I don't think that was a red card. I think that was a yellow card more than anything. But he did get hurt, and he had to go opening.